A warm welcome to today's meditation session. These sessions are for all of us, whether we are just starting with meditation or whether we are experienced meditators looking to deepen our practice. When we start, we need to learn the essential skills like how to sit, how to focus our minds one-pointedly. And it is always good for all of us to be reminded about these foundations. As we become more experienced, we see through the surface of the mind to its hidden depths, and here we make liberating discoveries. In one sense, it is always good to see ourselves as a beginner and to come in this spirit to our meditations. If we look on every session as a new opportunity, our mind will be fresh and receptive and forward-looking. We will also be less prone to make judgments and comparisons based on our previous experiences in meditation. Meditation is always rooted in the here and now. It begins as a mental exercise, and when we become established in the quiet and stillness of the here and now, this mental exercise flowers into true meditation, which has a quality unlike anything in the usual level of thinking and feeling. So coming to meditation as a beginner means approaching it without preconceptions or expectations. This is a great aid to doing the practices and freeing ourselves of distractions. There is a wise saying, "Come empty so that you may be filled." For everyone who meditates, wherever we are on the journey, one challenge immediately presents itself. It is that our mind finds it hard to turn away, even for a little time, from the activities we are involved with in the world. The seeming demands of the outer life exercises a kind of domination over the mind. We may even feel that it is wrong or irresponsible to try to forget the world and be absorbed in ourselves. This subjection to the external world may be tolerable so long as life runs smoothly and agreeably. But as we know, unfortunately, life is a mix of both happiness and heartache, physical and mental. In daily life, experiences all too often arouse anxiety and insecurity. We try to escape these unwelcome visitors, but any relief we find is only temporary. Can we find a more lasting solution to this mental agitation? The answer is yes. Meditation brings to light something in our own nature which even now is untouched by any disturbance. What is more, ultimately, this free principle turns out to be our true self. But even before we recognize this, there is a higher faculty of our mind that is awakened through meditation. This faculty receives light, so to say, from the true self. In this light, we can find a way out of feeling identified with the restless mental activity. This higher mental faculty will reveal to us in due time that our own inner being is a treasury of peace, joy, and illumined understanding. This is the true us, the true I. What then is the deeper aim of meditation? It is first to know that we're not identical with the body and mind, and to realize that our true nature is at one with that perfect wholeness which underlies all and is bound by no limitations. As an analogy, we have probably all had the experience of boarding an aeroplane on a cold, damp day, when everything feels grey and overcast. But not long after takeoff, we find ourselves emerging out of the clouds and enjoying the bright light of the sun, which, as we know, never was affected by the clouds and mist below. This is like our mind. Sometimes we lose our clarity of understanding and seem to be in a psychological mist. That mist may be confusion, anxiety, fatigue, or some other form of mental agitation. Meditation is like taking refuge in an inner sanctuary and discovering that the inner light always shines strong and clear. It was never really eclipsed, and we can learn how to connect with this inner freedom and clarity whenever and wherever we like. As a verse by the Japanese sage Kobo Daishi expresses it, by removing the mist, we see the light. We find the inexhaustible treasury open to all to enjoy, shining forth evermore fresh day by day. So the teaching is that there is a phase of our inner life which rises higher than any mental confusion and stress and is in touch with the immovable, indestructible source of being. Let us now come to our meditation practices. This is the time when we enter our inner sanctuary, where there is stillness and light, and we bathe and rest our inner being in that radiant tranquility. The first part of a meditation session is an inner preparation. This is important because we need to consciously turn away from the outer noise and busyness and focus within. Our preparation this time is to turn our attention to the infinite and invisible presence that underlies our own mind and is also the hidden support of the whole cosmos. We consciously choose to turn our attention to the infinite presence that underlies our own mind and the whole cosmos. Next, we're going to do a breathing practice. It is a combination of breathing and a simple affirmation. We breathe consciously and a little more slowly and deeply than usual. When we have established a rhythm of conscious breathing in this way, then with each in-breath we say silently the word here, and with each out-breath, now. The deeper breathing has a calming effect on our whole being, our body, our mind, and our nervous system. If this exercise is done attentively, it will bring relief of tension and a healthy refreshment to our physical and psychological being. We said before that true meditation is always about the experience of the here and now. These two words, here, now, are a powerful means of overcoming the mind's tendency to get lost in irrelevant trains of thought. These trains of thought usually draw our attention away from the here and now into what might be called the then and there. In other words, our imagination transports us back into situations that happened in the past or might happen in the future, stealing our attention away from the reality of the present. By saying here, now, on the breath, we gently negate this tendency. Ultimately, we become aware of something unchanging, which is with us at all times. And this is the reality underlying all experience. Let us do this breathing practice together now, and I will lead us through it, and we will do it for about 5 minutes. We breathe consciously and a little more slowly and deeply than usual. Breathe through the nose if possible. Hear the sound of the breath entering and leaving the body. When you have established a rhythm of conscious breathing in this way, then with each in-breath, say silently the word here, and with each out-breath, now. conscious breathing slowly and deeply. Here, now. Now we are going to do a visualization practice. Imagine that you are sitting in a space filled with light and stillness. See yourself bathed in that light and stillness. If it helps, you can see yourself in a place that is special and meaningful to you, filled with warm light and a tangible stillness. Or you can imagine a space without boundaries, simply filled with light and stillness. If other thoughts arise, as soon as you become aware of them, give them no further attention and turn again to the image of yourself in that space, filled with pure light and stillness. Imagine that you are sitting in a space filled with light and stillness. See yourself bathed in that light and stillness. You are sitting in a space filled with light and stillness. See yourself bathed in that light and stillness. Next, we're going to meditate on a text. Our text for meditation is Om. I am self-aware consciousness. Freedom and happiness are revealed in my tranquil mind. Om. The text points to the nature of ourself as the pure consciousness in us and in all. The self is not only the principle of being in us, the I am, it is also the self-aware consciousness that makes all experience possible. And it is the source of true happiness. How do we approach this great reality? It reveals itself in our tranquil mind. When we meditate on a text like this, we try to make it the main thought, a group of thoughts that fills our mind. We do this by calmly repeating the text to ourselves and keeping our attention on it as best we can. Other ideas may arise and capture your attention. If this happens, bring the mind back, not forcefully, but firmly and lovingly, and calmly focus again on the text. Let's do this meditation practice together now for 6 minutes. Om. I am self-aware consciousness. Freedom and happiness are revealed in my tranquil mind. Om. I am self-aware consciousness. Freedom and happiness are revealed in my tranquil mind. Finally, we end our session with a closing practice. This will prepare us to take up again our tasks in the world. Through our meditation, we have connected our inner being with the source of all peace and power. So now we are endowed with a new strength drawn from our own inner resources. The non-dual teaching is universal and points to the sublime underlying principle which is present in all and is one in all beings. So we spent the last few moments offering thoughts of peace and goodwill to all without exceptions. Let feelings of goodwill spread out from you, and also be receptive to the influence of goodwill emanating from those around you. Thank you for your attention and participation. See you again soon.